Hi, this is Jill at engVid.com, and today we have a lesson which was requested by Karim, who left a comment on our website. So Karim, I hope you're watching. This is for you. Okay, so the subject of the lesson is called missed situation, which means you were going to do something, but something else happened and it stopped you doing what you wanted to do. So there are different ways of expressing this in English. So I'm going to show you 6 different ways of talking about this kind of situation. Okay, so we have the first 3 examples on the board. So let's have a look. So I was going to go shopping. That was my intention. I had planned to go shopping, but, and there's always a but, I got a phone call which lasted nearly an hour. Someone phoned me and I was talking for nearly an hour. And by the time the call ended, when I finished the call, a whole hour had gone by. The shops were all shut. The shops had closed. So that meant I could not go shopping. Okay, so I was going to go shopping, but, and by the time the call ended, the shops were all shut. So my plan to go shopping, I couldn't go. Right, so that's one way. I was going to, but, right? Another way of saying this is I was all set to. I had everything arranged. I was all set to go on holiday, but then my car broke down. Something went wrong with my car and I had to spend the money on repairs instead of going on holiday. The money I was going to spend on the holiday, I had to spend that money getting the car repaired. Okay, so again, all set to. I was all set to. Maybe I'd got my suitcase packed, I'd taken time off work, I was ready to go on holiday, but this happened and I had to spend the money on repairs instead. Okay, right, and then the third example, this is talking to somebody. You had an intention, but you didn't do it, and this is the reason why. I would have called you yesterday, I would have phoned you yesterday, but my phone wasn't working. Okay, so I would have, I was wanting to, I would have, but something stopped me. My phone wasn't working. Okay, so that's 3 ways of saying what you meant to do and it didn't happen. We'll now move on to another 3. Okay, so our next 3 examples. I had every intention of returning the book to the library. I planned to, I was going to, I had every intention of returning the book to the library. This is a book that you borrow from the library, and if you don't return it by a certain date, they usually charge you a fee for late returning. So I had every intention of returning the book to the library last week, but again, I have a friend staying, that's a friend staying with me at my home, and she's been reading it. So because my friend is reading the book, I can't return it yet. Okay, so once she's gone home, I will return it, but not yet. Okay. Next example. I had it all arranged to give my friend a surprise party. So I had made the arrangements. I had all the plans. I had invited people on a particular date and at a time. It was all arranged. I had it all arranged to give my friend a surprise party, a party that she didn't know about. But then she found out about my plan. She discovered my plan and said she didn't want one. She didn't want a surprise party, okay? Some people love surprise parties. Some people hate them. So obviously this person hates surprise parties. I once had a surprise party, which I didn't know about, and it was okay. It was a surprise, obviously, but it was okay. Arranged by my husband. And then a few years later, he was trying to arrange another one. But when I discovered that he was doing it, I said, no, I don't want it this time. So if you find out about something, it's possible you don't actually want it. But anyway, okay. And then finally, one example here is a little bit different. It's not a missed situation, but the wording of it is quite useful because it's something that you did do, but you wished that you hadn't. You think, oh, why did I do that? That was stupid. So it's a reverse of the missed situation. It's a situation you should have missed. It would have been better if you had missed it. So, if only is a very good phrase to use. If only I'd listened to your advice, then, so there's no but this time, there's a then I wouldn't have invested with that bank. I wouldn't have put some money into that bank. And then you can add another sentence, as it is, meaning I did do that, and what happened was, as it is now, I've lost a lot of money. It was a bad investment, the bank. It wasn't a good bank to invest with. So if only I'd listened, I wouldn't have invested. As it is, I've lost a lot of money. Okay, so that's the reverse of the missed situation. So I hope all those wordings are helpful for you in describing something that you missed, that you wanted to do, or perhaps something you did do that you wish you hadn't done. And if you'd like to test yourself on these words, please go to the website engvid.com, where there is a quiz. And if you found this lesson helpful, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and hope to see you again very soon. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.